and this is where ESPA's brilliance is. You can imagine my pride, again, pun intended, when in the last weeks of this year's legislative session, NYSET, my state organization, weighed in big time and made sure the State Assembly knew that our 575,000 members supported marriage equality for same-sex couples in New York. Thank you, Dick Iannuzzi, thank you, Alan Lubin, and thank you, NYSET, who are here today. So listen, last thing. Assume for a moment, as Malcolm Smith promised tonight, we were able to secure marriage. If that happens, many in this room and many in our community would say, great, let's rest on our laurels. Let's enjoy the fruits of our labor. But we can't. Our work, won't be done, not by a long shot. I feel compelled to ask you for one favor before I close. A favor to help us do our work. For some of you, it may be easy. For some of you, it may be very hard. For me, it was hard. There's a lot of power in this room. Look around. Some of it is political. A lot of it is economic. We are all powerful role models. And in that regard, each one of us can play a huge part in making our city, our state, and our nation more tolerant, fairer places to live. And we can do this by simply acknowledging who we are and by encouraging our friends and neighbors and colleagues to do the same. When we make a public declaration, I know people tease that it was coming out day, but when we make a public declaration of our own identity, when we say that we are proud members of this community, mountains move. Just that simple act helps create hope, opportunity, and voice for the thousands of our brothers and sisters who still think they must hide. Whether it's the child who hides from her parents or friends, the student who hides from her teacher, the teacher or banker in this room who hides from his colleagues, or as just reported in the New York Times this week, the senior who, even as her life winds down, still feels fears telling those that she lives with in assisted living who she is. If we take that simple step, and I know it's hard for some folks, and if those of you embrace those of us who do, all of us, with the power to shape ideas and attitudes, would help create a society in which no one would fear living open and honestly. Thank you for this honor. I am deeply touched and grateful, and I thank you very much for being here and for supporting ESPA. Thank you.